everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to you new subscribers. I'm so excited to see you and have you here. Quick little announcement. Today marks my 1-year anniversary of since releasing The Curse of Wrath. Yay! I am so excited. It's been such a fun, learning experience? No, it's been such a fun, great experience to learn and grow and to kind of just figure things out. I think I'm kind of getting the hang of it, and as a big thank you, it's the season and I want people to enjoy my book. So this weekend I am kicking off free ebooks. So it is available this weekend up until Sunday. It might go a little longer, we will see. But I just want people to enjoy my book and read it and try it out. Okay, so go check it out on Amazon. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to write believable villains. Now, I'm starting off my video series of trying to help you figure out problems and plots and just how to start crafting your story, okay? Because your story cannot really exist or have a good flow or progression through it unless it has either a villain or a good conflict of interest or conflict of some kind going on in your story. And I'm trying to really help you dive in and figure out what is your conflict, because the stronger the conflict or the villain or the more realistic they are, the better your story will be, I promise. Tip number 1 is the hero's shadow. The villain is supposed to be a manifestation of the hero's inner weaknesses, all right? And an example of what they can become if they choose the wrong path or wrong way, they will become or see themselves almost in the mirror of the villain. A classic and good example of this would be Darth Vader and Luke. And it's kind of fun because it can go both ways. In the end, everyone knows that Darth Vader converts over and becomes good because of Luke, and because Luke is constantly kind of working on him and he just turns to the good side. But it can also happen the other way, where the hero can decline and become a little bit more and more like the villain. So it's a really fun, great dynamic to start off with. So number 2 is your villain's conflict strategy. What is your villain going to do to stop the hero? Villains usually attack on 3 different levels. It's really good if the villain can do all 3, preferably at least do 2 of these: personal, government or military, like society-wise, and then your inner. And the villain, he's going to attack your people around you and also your community, okay, and where you live. And he's going to also attack the hero's weakness. Of course, he's going to exploit that. So you got to capitalize on those 3 things. And a really good, I did a previous video of how to create a tyrant, and I really dive more deeply into the details of how a tyrant controls, manipulates, and just makes a mess of society and really can create a good baddie for you. So if you want to check that out at the end of the video, I'll put a link up to it and you guys can check it out, because it is really good, more in-depth explanation of your villain's conflict strategy, okay? Number 3 on the list is give them flaws. It's pretty obvious, but it's so true. They need flaws. And I'm not talking about them just doing evil acts. I'm talking about human weaknesses that actually distract them from their main goal. That kind of put the brakes on the main goal and they forget for a little while the hero and other things. It's their own weakness that possibly the hero can use against them. Whether it be greed or striving for more power, lust, morality, or just moral dilemmas, any kind of human weaknesses you can give them. Mental health. Now be careful with mental health, because there are plenty of good, perfectly sound heroes and good people who have mental health. I'm not saying mental health should be the first thing you do to your villain to make them 3-dimensional. No, I'm not. It's just, it can go along with it, but be careful and do your research properly, okay? We don't want to stereotype every villain of having a mental health or a problem like that. I also do a video of villain's method of control, and if you haven't seen that, go back to it And all the lists that I put in there of a villain's method of control can very easily become their weakness and human flaw in them, and not only in the people that they are trying to control around them. Number 4, counter goals. What are your villain's counter goals? What does he want? So number 1, is it the same goal as the hero? Are they both after the same thing? And maybe it's a race to see who can make the wish to make the world a better place or a worse place. Or is it number 2, a goal in direct conflict with the hero? Then they just butt heads. And then number 3, is it to stop them from reaching a goal? Okay, there's so many different ways that you can do this. As long as your main goal, the overarching plot line and goal, makes them butt heads and face off, you're going to do fine in your story, okay? So number 5 on this list is surface motivations. Now this is an interesting one, but it's pretty obvious once I explain it. So villains rarely reveal their true motives of what they really want, because sometimes what they really want is very extreme or is not for the good of the people. They have to wrap and package it in a pretty little gift basket, if you will, and they don't know what they're getting. On the surface, they think they're getting all of these great goodies, when in reality, they are not. But a villain, at first, they need a cover story. The villain wants to look good, act, speak in a way that's desirable to people, have charisma, and not only that, they're going to do everything in their power to hide their motives, and then they're going to defend some of the evil things that you might see them do, or the steps that they slowly might start taking. They're going to twist it and twist your perception of evil and making evil look good, and it's in a positive light. And number 6 on this list is characterization. Okay, so we all know the villain has his surface motivations. He has his mask, right? It's how they want to be perceived in life and their status and the role of society and the power that they want, versus the flip side of what they truly want and who they truly are as a person. They're not going to reveal it to you. So those two kind of go together, number 5 and number 6. The surface motivations and then who they truly are as a person. They want to perceive and let everyone see what they want them to see, but they hide the darker side until it's too late. And you can't do anything about it. You still want to do it?
Yeah.
I have a party crasher. Okay, come here on my lap. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's not very much room, but that's okay. All right. Can you say number 7?
Number 7.
The hidden motive.
The hidden motive.
Number 7, the hidden motive. Okay, you look up at everyone. You can say bye.
Bye.
Okay, now go watch your show. And wait for me to be there, okay?
Okay.
She's such a good sweetheart. She sees me filming and she's like, Mom, I want to do one. I'm like, okay, 1 line. We'll let you do 1. Yeah, there's the door. She's such a good girl. I'm very spoiled to have my children. They are my joy in life. Anyways, number 7, the hidden motive. The hidden motive is always the root of their flaws. And usually their flaws are selfishness and warped beliefs. And that is why they have to hide. It's not accepted by everyone. Number 8 is ghosts. Their past trauma and their ghost problems. Villains have ghosts of past events from their life that change their view of the world and kind of shape them into who they are, bring their weaknesses to life, and sometimes will haunt their choices and they'll choose not the best strategy maybe, but it's just maybe because it's connected to past trauma they experienced. How they deal with those traumas defines who they are as a person. Now, I don't want to say that only people with trauma are going to all turn into villains. No. I am hoping and planning on writing a book about a guy that should have been a villain, should have became a villain, but he chose not to and because he saw the evil side and he saw the good. He wanted to embrace the good. It doesn't always mean when you have trauma and bad things happen to you in your past that you are going to become a villain. No, no, no. It can. You can go either way. It's like a flip of a coin. But it's truly who is your character and who they are. And I don't even like to say their past traumas. It's also being spoiled, entitled. There are so many ways to ruin a person and to make them a villain, and not just trauma, okay? So don't think that their backstory and their ghosts that haunt them is going to make them a villain. Everyone has ghosts. Even heroes have ghosts. I think in one of my videos, I talk more about this. I can't remember which one. You're just going to have to go find it yourself. With these ghosts, villains are convinced that they are the real victims in life. And a great example of this is the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And Frollo? No. What are you doing?
I want to hear music.
No, that connects to my phone. Oh, careful. Here.
Why can I not hear music?
Did you start your movie? Okay, I can't have you bug me, okay? I'll be out in a minute. They can't see you. I'm recording, so go ahead.
So you can't see me?
This is why I record when they're at school, or else they might steal the limelight more than me. Honey, I'll be out in a minute, okay? This is just this last little bit today. Do you want to just stand there? Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's fine. I want to be in the front row.
You want to be in the front row too? You want to sit on my lap?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. How about you come right here? I'll sit sideways or something. So, Callister, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is...
Light. Oh, my hair.
Forgot.
Oh. Well, we were just talking about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Don't kick those things. And number 9, the last on the list, is self-obsession. Villains spend an unhealthy amount of time obsessing over themselves, over their plight, and also over their plots. They're very self-absorbed, and it's all about them. They're the victim, and it's all me, me, me. To get a good sense of someone who is self-obsessed, you can look into narcissism characteristics, or narcissisms themselves, because they are the whole They're the whole embodiment of being self-obsessed and very manipulative. They do a fabulous way of doing that. And so study those up, and you can understand better how to create a more in-depth, mean, and torturous villain. You ready to go? Okay. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me. In the next video, I'm really excited to do. Hopefully I can get my studying up on it done, so I'm a little bit more fresh and ready for it. And it's going to be really fun. And I found that I think it could go head to head with the same characteristics and beliefs of a tyrant, but this villain is a lot more successful at pulling it off without causing as much bloodshed and needing a coup or anything. This one is a very unique villain sort. So I'm really excited to cover them next week. Thank you so much for joining me and having patience with my little one. Don't forget to click and subscribe if you really enjoyed what you heard today, and just to check out the other things we talk about writing and characters, and I just love the whole writing process. I am also on Instagram, Facebook. I don't think about this too much. I'm not a social media person. Pinterest, I love Pinterest. That's where I do my storyboard planning and everything. And I think that's it. And here, yeah. So just check me out on those platforms if you want. Follow me on Amazon, and don't forget, it's free for the weekend. If you were curious, just go and check it out and see. I will say it does start out in the beginning as a classic Beauty and the Beast story because that's what it is. So it can't deviate too much from it. And there's also all the firsts that you want to see in the beginning, right? When they first meet, they first have dinner together, and the awkwardness of it, and the whole vibes of it. But once you get past page 160, you are going to start realizing that this Beauty and the Beast story is very different from what you probably expected to read, and you're going to be on a really fun, great adventure. So I hope you'll check it out if you're interested and it's your thing. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!